There's a reason infantry radios crackle with relief, a palpable surge of confidence when troops on the ground hear a particular unmistakable sound rolling in from the sky. It's not the whine of a jet engine passing overhead, nor the distant rumble of artillery. No, this sound is unique. It's a guttural, terrifying, yet utterly reassuring growl that builds to an ear-splitting, earth-shaking, almost primal brrrr. That, my friends, is the sound of the A10 Thunderbolt II, affectionately known as the Warthog, letting loose with its GAU-8 Avenger cannon. And if you're a soldier in a jam, facing down an enemy tank or a fortified position, that sound isn't just noise. It's the symphony of salvation. It's the sound of a very bad day for the bad guys. But what is it about this beast of an aircraft that makes it so legendary, so powerful, so absolutely indispensable even in an age of stealth fighters and precision-guided missiles? It's not just one thing, but a magnificent, brutal trinity of design philosophies. An utterly devastating main weapon, a survivability that borders on the miraculous, and a single-minded dedication to close air support that no other aircraft can truly match. Let's dive in and unpack the magic, shall we? The GAU-8 Avenger cannon, a gun with a plane built around it. Let's be honest, the GAU-8 Avenger isn't just a weapon. It's the very soul of the A-10. It's so central to the aircraft's identity that it's often said the A-10 was quite literally built around this colossal gun. And when you look at it, you begin to understand why. This isn't some dainty little machine gun. We're talking about a 30mm 7-barrel Gatling cannon that dominates the nose of the aircraft. It's an engineering marvel, a testament to raw, unadulterated firepower. To put its sheer scale into perspective, the GAU-8 is larger and heavier than a Volkswagen Beetle. Think about that for a second. An entire car's worth of weapon, strapped to the front of a combat aircraft. It weighs in at nearly 2,300 pounds, around 590 kilo, without ammunition, and when fully loaded with its massive 1,350 rounds, the entire system tips the scales at over 4,000 pounds, 800 kilo. That's a significant chunk of the A-10's overall weight dedicated to one purpose, delivering a torrent of destruction. And what a torrent it is. The GAU-8 can unleash a staggering 4,200 rounds per minute. Let's break that down. That's 70 rounds per second. 70. Every single second that trigger is held down, 7 barrels are spitting out 30mm projectiles at incredible velocity. Imagine the sheer mechanical ballet happening inside that gun, as the massive barrels rotate, rounds are fed, fired, and casings ejected, all at a dizzying pace. It's a symphony of controlled chaos designed to rip through whatever stands in its way. The ammunition itself is a critical part of the GAU-8's legendary effectiveness. The primary round is the PGU-14B armor-piercing incendiary, API, which features a depleted uranium penetrator. Now, depleted uranium might sound a bit exotic, but it's chosen for very specific, very effective reasons. Depleted uranium is incredibly dense, roughly 1.7 times denser than lead, giving the projectile immense kinetic energy. When it strikes an armored target, its hardness and density allow it to punch through steel like a hot knife through butter. But there's more to it than just density. Depleted uranium is also pyrophoric, meaning it ignites upon impact with air when it fragments inside a tank. So not only does it create a hole, but it also showers the interior of the target with superheated burning shrapnel, ensuring maximum damage to crew and internal systems. Complementing the depleted uranium rounds are the PGU-13B high-explosive incendiary, HEI, rounds. These are designed for softer targets, vehicles and personnel, or to suppress anti-aircraft positions. They explode on impact, spreading shrapnel and incendiary material, making them incredibly versatile for a wide range of ground threats. The A-10 typically carries a mix of these two types of rounds in its massive drum magazine, allowing the pilot to engage everything from heavily armored main battle tanks to light vehicles and troop concentrations with lethal efficiency. The sheer power of these rounds means the A-10 can engage and disable main battle tanks from impressive distances, often exceeding 6,500 meters. That's over 4 miles. This standoff capability allows the Warthog to deliver its devastating payload while maintaining a safer distance from ground fire. Though, as we'll discuss later, the A-10 is perfectly comfortable getting up close and personal when the situation demands it. The accuracy of the GAU-8 is also phenomenal, capable of placing 80% of its shots within a 20-foot diameter circle at 4,000 feet. That's surgical precision with a truly blunt instrument. Now, firing such a monstrous weapon comes with its own set of challenges, particularly for the aircraft itself. The recoil generated by the GAU-8 is immense, producing about 10,000 pounds of force. That's more thrust than one of the A-10's actual jet engines. To counteract this, the gun is mounted slightly off-center in the fuselage, with its firing barrel aligned along the aircraft's center line. This ingenious design prevents the recoil from pushing the plane off course during firing, allowing the pilot to maintain a steady aim. It's a vivid example of how deeply integrated the gun is into the very fabric of the A-10's design. The GAU-8 Avenger isn't just a piece of hardware. It's a legend. It's the reason for the brrrt, the sound that has become synonymous with the A-10 and its deadly effectiveness. It's a weapon system designed for one thing: to bring overwhelming, decisive firepower to bear on ground targets, and it does so with an authority that has few equals in the history of aviation. When that cannon opens up, the battlefield changes. Quickly, built like a tank, survivability and armor. That defies logic. If the GAU-8 is the A-10's punch, then its survivability is its shield. This isn't just a tough plane. It's a flying fortress, explicitly designed to withstand a level of punishment that would turn most other aircraft into scrap metal. In an era where many military aircraft prioritize speed and stealth, the A-10 went in a completely different direction, opting for brute strength and an almost stubborn refusal to quit. At the heart of this incredible resilience is the famous titanium bathtub. This isn't a cute nickname. It's a literal description of a 200-pound, 540 armor shell made of titanium that completely encases the cockpit and critical flight systems. This isn't just a thin layer. We're talking about armor that can protect the pilot and vital components from direct hits by 23mm armor-piercing rounds and even fragments from 57mm shells. Think about what that means. A weapon that could shred most other aircraft often just bounces off the Warthog's vital core. It's like putting a tank crew inside a tank, then putting that tank crew inside another tank, and then putting that tank in the sky. But the titanium bathtub is just the beginning. The A-10's engineers understood that in the chaotic, dangerous environment of close air support, damage was inevitable. So they designed the aircraft to keep flying and fighting even after taking significant hits. This isn't hyperbole. The A-10 has earned a reputation for returning to base riddled with holes, missing substantial parts of its structure, and still landing safely. Pilots have famously brought their Warthogs home after sustaining damage to one engine, half a wing, half the tail, and even one of its twin vertical stabilizers. It's not just a plane. It's a testament to stubborn persistence. How does it achieve this seemingly impossible feat? Redundancy, my friends, is the name of the game. The A-10 boasts multiple redundant hydraulic flight control systems. This means if one system is compromised by enemy fire, another can take over. But what if all hydraulic systems fail? Most aircraft would be doomed. Not the Warthog. It has a fully manual reversion flight control system. That's right. If all hydraulics are shot out, the pilot can literally revert to a series of cables and pulleys to control the aircraft. It might be a tougher fight, requiring considerable physical effort, but it allows the pilot to fly and land the damaged aircraft, a capability virtually unheard of in modern combat jets. This manual backup system is a lifesaver, a direct link between the pilot's hands and the control surfaces, bypassing any damaged electronics or hydraulics. Fuel system protection is another critical aspect of its survivability. The A-10's fuel tanks are self-sealing, meaning they're designed to automatically close up holes caused by projectiles, preventing fuel leaks and potential fires. To further mitigate the risk of explosion or fire, the tanks are filled with a fire-retardant foam, making them incredibly resistant to battle damage. Even if a tank is punctured, the design ensures the fuel is less likely to ignite, giving the pilot a better chance to make it home. The engines themselves are also positioned for survivability. Mounted high and wide on the fuselage, they are less likely to be hit by ground fire than if they were integrated into the wings or under the fuselage. Their separation also means that if one engine is hit and fails, the other is more likely to remain operational, ensuring the aircraft can continue to fly. The engines are also unshielded, meaning they're designed to frangible. If they take a hit, the fragments are directed outwards away from the rest of the airframe, minimizing secondary damage. Even the pilot's visibility is considered a survivability feature. The large bubble canopy offers unparalleled all-around vision, crucial for situational awareness in a chaotic ground combat environment. While the canopy itself isn't armored, the pilot sits within the titanium bathtub, and for emergency egress, there's even a canopy breaker tool provided, just in case the regular jettison system is damaged. The A10's design philosophy is clear: keep the pilot safe and keep the plane flying. It's a pragmatic, battle-hardened approach to aviation, recognizing that in the dirty, dangerous business of close air support, resilience is as important as firepower. This ability to absorb punishment and keep fighting is not just a technical specification, it's a psychological advantage, providing immense confidence to the pilots who fly it and the ground troops who rely on it. When you know your guardian angel can take a hit and still come to your aid, that's a powerful feeling indeed. Guardian of the ground, unmatched close air support capabilities. While the GAU-8 gets all the headlines and the titanium bathtub earns all the respect, it's the A10's specialized close air support, CAS capabilities that truly define its purpose and make it so effective. This isn't a multi-role fighter that can do CAS. This is an aircraft that was designed from the ground up, with every rivet and every system, specifically for the gritty, dangerous and utterly vital mission of supporting troops on the front lines. The A-10 was the first Air Force aircraft, conceived and built solely for CAS. Its development in the late 1960s and early 1970s was a direct response to lessons learned in Vietnam, where the need for a dedicated, survivable platform to protect ground forces became painfully clear. Unlike fast jets designed for air-to-air combat or high-altitude bombing, the A-10 was optimized for low-speed, low-altitude maneuverability. This is absolutely crucial for CAS. Why? Because ground targets are often small, camouflaged, and close to friendly forces. A fast jet screaming overhead at hundreds of miles per hour simply can't acquire, identify, and accurately engage these targets without significant risk of friendly fire. The Warthog, however, can slow down, circle, and pick its targets with precision. Its large, straight-wing design provides excellent lift at low speeds, allowing it to perform tight turns and maintain a stable gun platform, even when flying just hundreds of feet above the battlefield. This ability to loiter near battle areas for extended periods is another game-changer. While other aircraft might make a quick pass and then have to return to base to refuel or rearm, the A-10 can hang around for hours. This persistent presence means it can provide continuous support to troops under fire, responding quickly to new threats as they emerge. It's like having a dedicated guardian angel hovering overhead, ready to unleash hell at a moment's notice. This long loiter time also allows for better coordination, with Joint Terminal Attack Controllers, JTACs, on the ground, who are the eyes and ears of the pilots, guiding them to targets and ensuring clear lines of engagement. The A-10's operational flexibility extends to its ability to operate from austere conditions. It's designed for short takeoffs and landings, STOL, meaning it doesn't need long, pristine runways. It can operate from forward operating bases, damaged airfields, or even sections of highway, bringing air support much closer to the front lines. This reduces response times and increases the number of sorties it can fly, making it an invaluable asset in dynamic combat environments where established infrastructure might be lacking or destroyed. Its robust landing gear with low-pressure tires further aids in this rough field capability. While the GAU-8 is its signature weapon, the A-10 is far from a one-trick pony. It carries a wide variety of munitions on its 11 external hardpoints, allowing it to adapt to almost any ground threat. This includes laser-guided bombs like the GBU-12 Paveway 2, which offer pinpoint accuracy against hardened targets, cluster munitions for area denial or attacking dispersed enemy formations, and the venerable AGM-65 Maverick air-to-ground missile, perfect for engaging tanks, bunkers, and other high-value targets. Add to that a range of rockets from 2.75-inch Hydra 70s for area suppression to larger rockets for more focused strikes, and you have an aircraft that can deliver a tailored response to virtually any threat. It's a flying arsenal, ready to unleash whatever weapon is best suited for the job. To ensure it can find and engage targets effectively, especially in challenging conditions, the A-10 has been continually upgraded with advanced targeting systems. Pilots often use night vision goggles, NVGs, to operate in low-light conditions, turning night into day. Helmet-mounted cueing systems, HMCS, allow pilots to simply look at a target to cue sensors or weapons, significantly speeding up target acquisition. And advanced targeting pods, such as the Lightning and Sniper pods, provide high-resolution infrared and electro-optical imagery, allowing pilots to identify targets from greater distances and in adverse weather, dramatically improving precision and reducing the risk of collateral damage. These systems are crucial for the eyes-on approach that CAS demands. Perhaps one of the most underappreciated aspects of the A10's CAS prowess is its large bubble canopy. This isn't just for show. It provides the pilot with an unparalleled field of view, critical for maintaining situational awareness in a complex and rapidly changing ground combat environment. Being able to see what's happening below, identify friend from foe, and spot subtle enemy movements is vital for effective CAS. This visual advantage, combined with direct radio contact with ground troops, allows A10 pilots to act as an extension of the ground commander's will, providing immediate, responsive, and devastating fire support exactly where and when it's needed most. The A10's CAS capabilities aren't just about the hardware. They're about the philosophy. It's about putting the needs of the ground soldier first, providing a dedicated platform that can get down and dirty with them, absorb the hits, and deliver overwhelming firepower with precision. It's the ultimate wingman for anyone facing a tough fight on the ground. The unsung hero. Design philosophy and evolution. To truly appreciate the A10, we need to understand its origins and the unique design philosophy that birthed it. The Warthog wasn't conceived in a vacuum. It was a direct, pragmatic response to the harsh realities of warfare, particularly the lessons painfully learned during the Vietnam War. During that conflict, the U.S. military realized a critical gap existed in its air power capabilities. Dedicated, survivable close air support. Fast, high-flying jets like the F-4 Phantom were excellent for air superiority and bombing missions, but they struggled with the low-altitude, slow-speed demands of protecting ground troops from enemy armor and infantry. They were too fast to effectively spot targets, too vulnerable to ground fire, and their ordnance often lacked the precision needed when friendly forces were in close proximity to the enemy. The Air Force initiated the AX program, Attack Experimental, in the late 1960s to address this. The requirements were stark. An aircraft designed specifically to destroy tanks and provide CAS, highly survivable against ground fire, capable of operating from forward bases with minimal support, and relatively inexpensive to procure and maintain. It was a radical departure from the prevailing doctrine of multi-role fighters. The A10, designed by Fairchild Republic, emerged victorious from this competition, beating out Northrop's A9. Initially, the A10 faced skepticism. In an era obsessed with speed, high-tech gadgetry, and air-to-air combat, a slow, ugly, heavily armored tank killer seemed anachronistic to many within the Air Force establishment. Critics questioned its relevance in a potential high-intensity conflict against the Soviet Union, arguing that it would be too slow and vulnerable to modern air defenses. There was even a significant push to retire it almost as soon as it entered service, with proponents of faster, more versatile jets arguing it was a relic. However, the A10 consistently proved its worth through rigorous testing and, crucially, in every conflict it has been deployed to, its battlefield performance silenced many of its detractors. It wasn't just good at its job, it was exceptional. Its specialized design, once seen as a weakness, became its greatest strength. It could do things no other aircraft could, providing a unique and vital capability to ground forces. Over its decades of service, the A10 has undergone numerous upgrades and modernization efforts to keep it relevant in an ever-evolving threat landscape. While its basic airframe design remains largely unchanged, its avionics, targeting systems, and weapons capabilities have been significantly enhanced. Early A10s relied on more rudimentary targeting methods, but today's Warthogs are equipped with state-of-the-art systems like the Lightning and Sniper targeting pods, digital cockpits, GPS-guided weapons integration, and advanced communication suites. These upgrades have allowed the A10 to maintain its precision and effectiveness, operating in conditions and with accuracy that its original designers could only dream of. The debate about the A10's retirement has been a recurring theme for years. The Air Force has repeatedly tried to decommission the fleet, citing budget constraints and the desire to invest in newer, stealthier aircraft like the F-35. However, each attempt has been met with fierce resistance from Congress, veterans, and most importantly, the ground troops who have witnessed its life-saving capabilities firsthand. The argument is always the same. No other aircraft, not even the advanced F-35, can replicate the unique combination of firepower, survivability, and low speed. Platform. The F-35 is a fantastic multi-role fighter, but it's not a warthog. It wasn't built to loiter low, absorb 23mm rounds, and deliver 70 rounds a second of depleted uranium into a tank from point-blank range. The A-10's continued relevance in modern warfare, despite its age, is a testament to the enduring power of its original design philosophy. It's a reminder that sometimes specialized tools are simply better for specialized jobs. Its ruggedness, simplicity, relative to other combat aircraft, and overwhelming firepower, combined with its dedicated KAS role, ensure its place as a vital, if often unsung hero of military aviation. It's a testament to the idea that sometimes being good at one thing, really good, is better than being mediocre at many. The Warthog in action. From Desert Storm to the War on Terror. The true measure of any weapon system isn't its specifications on paper, but its performance in the crucible of combat. And in that regard, the A10 Thunderbolt II has not just met expectations, it has consistently exceeded them, carving out a legacy of battlefield dominance and earning the unwavering trust of ground forces across multiple conflicts. Its nickname, the Warthog, perfectly encapsulates its rugged, no-nonsense, and incredibly effective nature. It might not be pretty, but it gets the job done, often spectacularly. The A-10 first truly proved its mettle on a grand scale during the Operation Desert Storm in 1991. Against a formidable Iraqi army equipped with thousands of Soviet-made tanks, armored vehicles, and robust air defenses, the Warthog was unleashed. The results were nothing short of devastating. A-10s were credited with destroying approximately 900 Iraqi tanks, 100 to 200 artillery pieces, and 2,000 other military vehicles. These numbers are staggering, a clear indication of the GAO-8 Avenger's lethality against armor. Pilots braved intense ground fire, often flying low and slow to acquire targets, and consistently delivered precision strikes that crippled Iraqi forces. Their survivability was also put to the test, with several A-10s returning from missions heavily damaged but still flying, a testament to their robust design. For instance, Captain Paul Johnson's A-10 took a direct hit from a surface-to-air missile, blowing off a portion of his wing and damaging an engine, yet he managed to fly the crippled aircraft back to base and land safely. This kind of resilience became legendary. Following Desert Storm, the A-10 continued to be a critical asset in various operations throughout the 1990s, including Operation Allied Force in Kosovo. But it was during the wars in Afghanistan and Iraq in the 21st century that the Warthog truly cemented its reputation as the ultimate close air support platform. In the complex, often urban and asymmetric battlefields of these conflicts, the A-10's unique capabilities shone brightest. In Afghanistan, where ground troops often faced insurgents dug into mountainsides or operating in dense villages, the A-10's ability to loiter for extended periods, identify small targets, and deliver precise firepower was invaluable. Its GAU-8 could tear through caves and fortified positions, and its array of bombs and missiles could dislodge enemy fighters from strongholds. The pilot's ability to communicate directly with ground forces, often within mere yards of the target, ensured that support was delivered accurately and effectively, minimizing civilian casualties and maximizing impact on the enemy. Countless stories emerged from Afghanistan of A-10s arriving just in time to save besieged patrols or clear paths for advancing infantry. In Iraq, particularly during the initial invasion and subsequent counterinsurgency operations, the A-10 was once again at the forefront of chaos. Its capacity to destroy main battle tanks, which were still a threat, combined with its ability to engage smaller, more agile targets like technicals, armed pickup trucks, and insurgent firing positions made it indispensable. The psychological impact of the Warthog on both friendly and enemy forces cannot be overstated. For American and Allied troops, the sight and sound of an A-10 overhead was a profound morale booster, a clear signal that help had arrived. For the enemy, that same sight and sound instilled terror, often causing them to break contact and flee. One particularly famous engagement involved Captain Kim Campbell during the 2003 invasion of Iraq. Her A-10 took extensive damage from ground fire over Baghdad, losing hydraulic power and causing major control issues. Yet, relying on the A-10's manual reversion system, she wrestled the aircraft back to base, demonstrating the Warthog's incredible survivability and the pilot's skill under extreme duress. Her safe return became an emblem of the A-10's ruggedness. The A-10's legacy isn't just about destroying enemy hardware, it's about saving lives. Its primary mission, after all, is to protect ground troops, and it has done so with unparalleled success, earning the deep respect and affection of the soldiers, Marines, and Special Operations Forces it supports. The Warthog nickname, initially given due to its somewhat ungainly appearance, has evolved into a term of endearment and respect, signifying its tenacity, resilience, and raw power. It's a beast built for the mud and blood of the battlefield, unafraid to get dirty and always ready to fight for those on the ground. Its continued operational presence, despite repeated attempts at retirement, is the clearest indicator of its enduring and irreplaceable value in modern warfare. It simply works, and it saves lives. Conclusion: the enduring power of a purpose-built Predator. What truly makes the A10 Thunderbolt descend, the venerable Warthog, so powerful? As we've seen, it's not a single attribute but a brilliant, brutal synergy of design choices, each reinforcing the others, creating an aircraft perfectly adapted to its incredibly dangerous and vital mission. At its core, the A-10's power emanates from the A10 Avenger cannon, where this isn't just a gun, it's a force of nature. Its monstrous 30mm rounds, fired at an unbelievable rate of 70 per second, armed with depleted uranium penetrators and high explosive incendiaries, can rip apart anything from hardened bunkers to main battle tanks. It's the ultimate expression of overwhelming localized firepower, a weapon so devastating that an entire aircraft was designed specifically to carry and deploy it effectively. The brrrt isn't just a sound. It's a promise kept to ground troops and a death knell for the enemy. Hand in hand with this fearsome offensive capability is the A-10's legendary survivability and armor. This aircraft was built to take a punch and keep on fighting. The titanium bathtub protecting the pilot, the redundant flight control systems, including a manual reversion that defies modern aviation norms, the self-sealing fuel tanks and the widely separated engines all contribute to an almost unbelievable resilience. The Warthog can absorb hits that would down any other jet and still limp home, often saving the pilot and allowing the aircraft to be repaired and returned to service. This ruggedness isn't just a technical feat. It's a profound psychological advantage, instilling confidence in those who fly it and those it protects. Finally, and perhaps most importantly, the A-10's power is rooted in its unspecialized close air support, CAS capabilities. It was purpose-built for this role, excelling in the low-speed, low-altitude environment where CAS is most effective. Its ability to loiter for extended periods, its precise maneuverability, its capacity to operate from austere forward bases, and its comprehensive suite of targeting systems and diverse munitions arsenal make it the ultimate guardian for ground forces. The large bubble canopy, providing unparalleled situational awareness, allows its pilots to be the true eyes in the sky, coordinating directly with troops to deliver surgical, life-saving fire support. In essence, the A-10's power lies in its unique combination of a fearsome cannon, rugged survivability, and a design utterly dedicated to close air support. It's not the fastest, stealthiest, or most technologically advanced aircraft in the sky, but it is, without a doubt, the most effective at what it does. It operates where other planes fear to tread, absorbing damage and delivering precise lethal firepower to support ground forces effectively. The A10 Thunderbolt II is more than just an aircraft. It's an icon. It's a testament to a pragmatic design philosophy that prioritized function over form, effectiveness over aesthetics. It has earned its place in military history not through flashy displays or technological wizardry, but through sheer grit, unwavering performance, and an unmatched ability to save lives and turn the tide of battle. It remains a vital, irreplaceable asset, a true flying tank and the ultimate guardian angel for those who fight on the ground. And as long as there are troops in contact needing a friend in the sky, the sound of that mighty brrrt will continue to be the most welcome sound on any battlefield.